All right, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that we have a transmission here. We live? Make sure we're up here before I start. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the face of this plane under the firmament. This is your host, Joe Imbriano, the Fullerton Informer, coming to you live from the streets of Orange County, California, on this Thursday, May 18th, 2023. And I want to come to you this morning in the name of Jesus Christ once again, in the name of truth, in the name of righteousness, in the name of forgiveness, in the name of loving our neighbor. And that doesn't mean pretending to be nice to the evil people that are screwing over children and all of us that live next door to you as they wax their Teslas. I'm talking about genuinely having a concern for people who are in harm's way, that are clueless about what's being done to them, and doing what is necessary to help them in their peril. This is your host, Joe Imbriano, the Fullerton Informer, P.O. Box 4121, Fullerton, California, 92834. On the web at thefullertoninformer.com, 5gdangers.com, vaxdangers.com, celltowerdangers.com, up-and-coming websites, graphenedangers.com, and virusdangers.com in the works, folks. So we are going to continue to expand the ministry of truth, if you will. You know, for those of you who may not know much about me, I'm just a working stiff family man. I'm not working for the deniers of Jesus Christ. I'm not on their payroll. I don't have some, studio with a bunch of blue lights and a production staff. And I'm not married to a woman who's a denier of Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. My wife's a Christian. We are a family of the followers of Jesus Christ. We're a family of the way, folks. The way, the truth, and the life. And so consequently, I tell you the truth. I don't come to you from any angle of deception. A little bit about me. I have a bachelor's degree in chemistry and a bachelor's degree in biological science. So when I talk about things, I know what I'm talking about. Like a lot of these controlled opposition agents who don't understand what they're involved in, and maybe they do know what they're involved in, but they certainly don't tell you the truth about what's really going on. But I will tell you that the contact lenses, it's now out in the open, folks. There are a class of chemicals that you may hear about. For those of you who are all into, health food and, natural health and taking care of yourself and trying to stop getting poisoned, there are a lot of you out there who are very health conscious people. And I get that, that's not the end all be all. Obviously, your spiritual health is the first and foremost component of what is important. But it's really disgusting when we're being poisoned from all angles. And I don't make any bones about holding back, about exposing the different angles from which we're being poisoned by. Contact lenses, I've talked about the different angles to how contact lenses are harmful. By and large, contact lenses are no good, folks. They make your eyes lazier, okay? And they block the ultraviolet light that comes into your eyes, because almost all contact lenses are UV blocking, which is horrible, because you need ultraviolet light through your eyes to trigger the conversion of cholesterol in your bloodstream and in your body to cholecalciferol, which is a vitamin D substance that your body needs. It's such a necessary nutrient that they got to put it in milk, right? They got to get it into you somehow. But now it's come out that there are these forever chemicals, these perfluoroalkyl substances are in the contact lenses, right? So, these fluorine polymers are now being revealed. They're in the contact lenses. So, for those of you who don't know what contact lenses are, they go over your eyeball, and they're this soft, supple material that basically aids in improving your vision. But what they don't tell you is that your eye breathes oxygen. Your eye needs to uptake ultraviolet light, and your eye absorbs, much like a lot of other things in your body that's in a liquid environment, it absorbs things it comes in contact with. And so these perfluoroalkyl substances, PFAS, if you will, these fluorine polymers, are mammary toxins and endocrine disruptors, and have been linked definitively to breast cancer. Ladies, with your sunglasses, ladies with your contact lenses, ladies with your sunscreen, ladies who go and get your mammograms, ladies who don't want to breastfeed your children, ladies who are on birth control pills, ladies who don't go outside, ladies who keep their cell phones in their bra. Ladies, listen to me, please. Okay, first of all, we men need you desperately. God has created us to walk in harmony together. And I'm trying to reach out to you ladies specifically because you are the targets of this agenda. The breast cancer epidemic, by and large, is a combination of about 3 different contributing factors. Contact lenses have been admitted to contain perfluoroalkyl substances, which are basically, long chains of carbon and fluoride molecules. And the bond with carbon and fluoride, or fluorine, if you will, is extremely strong. And, unfortunately, because of the nature of the carbon and the fluorine bond, it is almost impossible to break it, even with solvents and other chemical means. So these compounds don't break down, so they last for a long time, and they cause breast cancer. Okay, so you ladies that are putting these contact lenses in your eyes to change your eye color, knock it off. Now, you ladies that think it's a lot more chic to wear contact lenses instead of glasses or corrective lenses, knock it off. You ladies that think the sunlight is bad for you, please rethink your position on that. Ultraviolet light needs to go through your eyes to trigger a biological, chemical, physiological process which takes cholesterol that you should be consuming in your diet. And by the way, don't go vegan on me, all right? You need to have animal fats in your diet. I'm not saying to go put a bunch of frosting on a box of Rex lard at the Hispanic grocery store. I'm saying you should be eating eggs, you should be eating fish, you should be eating butter. And I'm not saying to eat it in its entirety, but don't avoid it. You need cholesterol in your diet. Your body needs cholesterol in its bloodstream so that it can create hormones and all kinds of necessary things for proper metabolic function, especially vitamin D, because your body will convert cholesterol into cholecalciferol in the presence of the cholesterol in your diet, in your bloodstream, and in the presence of sunlight making contact with your skin and ultraviolet light going through your eyes. If you stop that process, your cholesterol levels will be elevated and your vitamin D levels will be suppressed, and you will set yourself up for breast cancer, especially if you are putting perfluoroalkyl laden contact lenses in your eyeballs. And then you have these aluminum derivatives in the antiperspirants in your underarms, right? And then you avoid the sun like the plague and you slather these toxic chemicals on your skin, which is the largest organ of your body. And then you get the diagnosis and your husband is left to raise the children without a mother when they're not even done with 5th or 6th grade. And no one wants to talk about how you left that phone in your bra most of the time. Death by contact lenses, folks. The icing on the cake, especially for the ladies, okay? You know, the breast cancer in men is extremely low, but nonetheless, it is a problem. And men, don't think you're off the hook, okay? Because let me tell you something. These perfluoroalkyl substances, you know, these fluorine polymers, these forever chemicals that end up in your bodies, guess what? Women have an advantage to get rid of them in a lot of ways. And number one is their menstrual cycle. So men, don't think you're immune from these things. Guys, if you think it's really chic to wear contacts, get them out of your eyeballs. Knock it off. Now, I will tell you some solutions here, okay? One of the things that breaks down these compounds are phosphates, all right? Excuse me, not phosphates. Forgive me, I'm thinking about the renal hypertension that's induced by baking powders here. Forgive me for mentioning nitrites, okay? Compounds, or excuse me, let me reframe this. Sulfites. Sulfites are what I'm after here, folks. With respect to perfluoroalkyl substances and how to break them down, if they're in your body, they're very difficult to get out, but sulfites found in things like wine, sulfites found in things like vinegar, like apple cider vinegar, will aid in breaking these things down, okay? So, you know, I am a big fan of apple cider vinegar. You should be consuming a teaspoon of it before your meals a couple times a day. You want to have a natural balance of things that aid in digestion, and this is another angle to it, all right? So, these contact lenses are blocking the ultraviolet light that go through your eyes that decrease your vitamin D levels. And breast cancer is caused by 3 things, okay? Low vitamin D, okay? Women, ladies, everybody, listen to me. Grandmas, aunties, moms, sisters, daughters, listen to me. Low vitamin D levels cause breast cancer, all right? The second thing that causes breast cancer are mammary toxins, right? Things that are poisonous to the mammary glands, your breasts, okay? Endocrine disruptors. These perfluoroalkyl substances are endocrine disruptors and mammary toxins. They poison your mammary glands, okay? If you want breast cancer, you can expose yourself to these compounds, these forever compounds. They're in the nonstick cookware. Get it out of your life, okay? They're in a lot of fabric protectors. Okay, a lot of the clothing have the, you know, these compounds. All right, they're in a lot of plastics. You know, like BPA, bisphenol A is another endocrine disruptor. Look, there's a load of chemicals that can mess you up, ladies. The best thing you can do is get sunlight through your eyes and not wear contact lenses, and not wear contact lenses that are made with ultraviolet blocking properties and made with perfluoroalkyl substances, okay? Almost all contact lenses are. Contact lenses are a nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. They make your vision worse. They block the uptake of ultraviolet light through your eyes. They block the production of vitamin D by that process. They make your eyes lazier and worse. Get rid of your sunglasses, okay? That's another thing, all right? Now, another cause of breast cancer, we've already established the first one, which is the poisoning, and the second one, which is the lack of vitamin D. The third component of breast cancer, listen to me on this. This is very important. Very important. There are a class of compounds that occur in nature in certain grains, like buckwheat and spelt, and millet and sorghum, and in the seeds of certain fruits like apple seeds, and in the pits of certain fruits like apricot pits, peach pits, plum pits. It is a class of naturally occurring compounds called nitrilicides, which are basically a sugar and a cyanide molecule that are linked together and are harmless unless you're a cancer cell, because at the site of cancer growth in your body, if you have these nitrilicides floating around in your bloodstream, which you should from your proper diet, there is a hormone enzyme process that triggers the breakdown of this nitrilicide into cyanide in sugar, and the cyanide kills the cancer cells. It is a natural form of prophylactic chemotherapy. Nitrillicides are found in apricot seeds. Nitrillicides are found in grasses, and the grasses used to be eaten by the animals, and we used to eat the animals and get the nitrillicides from the meat. We're not getting that anymore. Nitrillicides are found in grains like buckwheat, millet, spelt, and sorghum. When is the last time you had millet pasta or sorghum bread or buckwheat noodles? They've replaced everything in our diet with foods that are devoid of nitrillicides. They've given us wheat, which is devoid of nitrillicides. A diet that is devoid of naturally occurring nitrillicides and a lifestyle of contact lenses and sunglasses, making us devoid of ultraviolet light that produces vitamin D, and a lifestyle of toxic chemical exposure, such as the poison contact lenses containing the perfluoroalkyl substances that are known mammary toxins and endocrine disruptors, are 100% guarantee of breast cancer. I might as well continue, because I spent 5 years at the University of California, Irvine, and I never once, in the tens of thousands of pages of textbooks, was ever exposed to any of this information, because the scientific community and the medical system is a criminal operation. And let me tell you something. When we're being poisoned, when God puts things in our environment that are so simple and so basic and so common sense, and these evil, demonic, scum, Christ-denying, satanic, pedophile, blackmailing, murderous monsters that run everything and print the money, hide the truth from us, and force us to stick weapons on our eyes, in our mouths, in our bloodstream, on our nightstand, in front of the faces of our children. You know what? I get sick of it! And you should be too. They're hiding the grass from the cows, and they're feeding the grain and these weird feeds to the animals, so the meat is devoid of nitrillicides. They give us this GMO wheat crop that's laced with all of this Roundup, glyphosate, connective tissue destroying, cancer-causing carcinogen, instead of the foods that we're supposed to eat. So we end up having no natural defense against. What do? They give us everything to cause cancer. They block out the sun from our eyes. They make us slather toxic poisons all over our skin. They load us up with all these things they tell us we need to not get sick by putting them into our bloodstream. They feed us food by tricking us with pictures of cartoons on cereal boxes and swirling, milk and milk chocolate with a woman groaning in the background with a velvet cloth showing, oh, yes. And they make you eat this crap and rot your teeth out and get fat and sick and make you die. And yet the schools don't tell you any of this. They make you go to school for 18 years. The churches won't tell you any of this, and yet they make you feel guilty if you don't show up on Sunday. The television will never tell you any of this. Matter of fact, they want your 12-year-old daughter to cut off her genitals and her reproductive organs and wear a wig, right? And I'm supposed to just go through life and roll down the road and try to figure out a way to have a nicer car than the moron next door to me, right? You stupid, degenerate, filthy scum that go along with this, who are sucking tax money out of the system of all of us and waxing your pathetic Teslas, hiding the truth, right? Now, I don't care whether you're some moron in a classroom or some maniac in a white coat that's really a butcher's outfit pushing the allopathic petrochemical poisoning pill-pushing operation. You're involved in this, and I don't care whether you're an optometrist or a medical doctor or a nutritionist or a biology teacher. I don't care what you are or who you are. You got skin in this game, and the blood is on your hands for what's being done. You know, these optometrists are criminal operations, okay? I mean, I might as well say, have you ever been told that these contact lenses are literally depriving your eyes of oxygen? No. Have you ever been told that these contact lenses are blocking out the life-giving light, the violet light that comes from the sun, and how important that it is? No. Has the optometrist ever warned you of the dangers of the perfluoroalkyl substances in these contact lenses and how they're directly connected to causing breast cancer? No. Has the optometrist ever told you that the longer you wear these lenses, the worse your vision's going to get because your eye is a muscle and it's basically getting lazier and lazier the longer you aid it and abet it and give it a crutch? No. And so, do I need to go to another funeral where the husband is sitting there crying, the children are crying, and, the wife is dead because, there are people in my community who would not touch the wireless issue. The wife kept the phone in her bra, breast cancer, dead, left behind a bunch of children, wore sunglasses, worked in a classroom with all the Wi-Fi routers, never got sunlight, and, all this stuff, and, laughed and mocked at Joe and Brianna, right? Wife's dead, children have no mother. Or the wife goes, in for some routine hospital, never comes out. Or even a good friend of mine goes in, never comes out, told him not to go in. Folks, listen to me. I see these, I have to tell you that I see these women and they have these lenses that change their eye color, okay? I mean, really? You're not happy with your eye color? Who got into your little head and told you to change your eye color? It's disgusting, right? And it's a weapon, and, they trick you into all these things to make you think you need all these things. And look what they've done, right? This one today really got me because, everybody I know, I tell about these contact lenses. I talk about how important sunlight is. And, your skin is your largest organ in your body, and you probably shouldn't be putting things on your skin that you can't eat, okay? Because it absorbs, it all ends up in your blood. Tell you what, do an experiment. Take a clove of garlic, right? Stick it in your shoe. Stick it in your sock under your foot. Walk around on it for a day, and you'll have garlic breath at the end of the day, okay? Your skin absorbs 90% of what you put on it, provided that it's either polar or non-polar substance, okay? Different types of things get absorbed more easily, okay? But all of the crap that they're selling, all these lotions that they're selling, all of these things that you're putting on your skin, all these compounds that they use in cosmetics, you're poisoning yourself. And, how many pounds of lipstick are you eating every year? Is that stuff really edible? I mean, what's it made out of? Cream cheese? I mean, how many nanometals are in that stuff? Okay? Look, it's not right what's being done to women, okay? And I have daughters, and I have a wife, and, I have a mother-in-law, okay? I had a mother until the doctors killed her, okay? Because she wouldn't listen to me. My own mother wouldn't listen to me. And she got involved with the doctors and got on their petrochemical flypaper and, on all these meds. Believe it or not, my own mother took the vaccine and the booster shots, okay? And I might as well tell you, as much as I loved my mother, it pained me deeply to where your member rejects everything that you stand for. But you know what? At the end of the day, what did Jesus tell us to do? That, sometimes in your own hometown, wipe the dust off your feet and move on. Okay? It's like, what can you do other than tell the truth to reach as many people as you can? Okay? So it's time to get rid of your content. I'm all about solutions, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, because I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, I look stupid with glasses, and oh my gosh, they give me a headache, and oh my gosh, I can't live without my contacts, I can't see. The heck you can't, okay? Can I tell you a little story? When I was in the 4th grade, I think I've mentioned this before, my dad finally got insurance through his factory job to where, it was for eye care, right? And so the first thing Mom does is she takes us all to the eye doctor. And looky here, every single one of us needed glasses, right? It's like taking your car to a crooked mechanic. Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff wrong with the thing, right? So they take a perfectly healthy, 4th grade boy, which was Joe Imbriano, who was spending all his time outside playing with his go-kart and hide and go seek and picking fruit and having a garden. And they take me to the optometrist, and they put me in front of this thing in the dark and tell me to read these letters through these different lenses. And I come out of there with a case of glasses, right? And so my mom sends me to school every day with these wire frames, and I start getting these horrible headaches and, dizzy and all this crap. I'm like, this can't be good for me. But, the doctor says I need to wear these because my eyes are bad. I'm like, the heck they are. I'm reading all these books in 4th grade, all these science fiction books. I'm reading just fine, getting straight A's in school on all these honor rolls. I got more stars on the book chart board than anybody in the classroom, right? And they're telling me straight. The heck I can't. So anyway, I got to the point where I just go to school and take them off as soon as I got out of the car, right? Put them in the case, put them in my backpack, put my backpack in the cloakroom, and I didn't wear glasses, right? Folks, the deal is this, okay? The strongest muscle in your body is not what you think, guys, okay? And it's not your biceps, it's not your leg muscle. Ladies, it's not your brain. It's your eyes, okay? The strongest muscle in your body is your eye. Your eye is a circle, and there's a bunch of muscles pulling on the back of the thing that change the shape of the front that allow you to focus and see. And the less time you spend working your eyes, focusing on three-dimensional objects, the weaker your eyes will get. And the weaker your eyes will get, the weaker your eyes will become. It's like if you've ever been on crutches and you didn't walk on your leg and then you try to walk on it, the atrophy in that muscle is almost debilitating, right? Your eyes muscles atrophy after a while. You need to do what's called vision training. Get rid of your contacts and do some research. I don't care if you have to drill a hole in a piece of paper and then focus your eyeball through this hole and then look what's behind the hole. Focus on a distant object. Stare at the tip of your nose with both your eyes for 10, 15, 20 seconds until it hurts and you're dizzy. And keep doing that and get rid of your sunglasses and get out into the sun and start changing the color spectrum of your lighting to where it's not making you go blind. Stop using your LED screens on your computer. Stop staring at LED backlit screens, especially some of these new iPhones. They're literally destroying your eyes. Listen! You can live without these ophthalmologist, optometric tricks of the trade that make you lifelong customers, okay? I've been talking about the dangers of LED lights, how they burn up the photoreceptors by creating reactive oxygen species out of the retinol compounds in your photoreceptors. Yeah. How long have I been telling you? The best foods to eat for your eyes are the ones that are made with the light in the light, and that is the colorful fruits and vegetables and leaves and flowers, okay? Folks, please. You need to understand what's being done to us. And by the way, I haven't even gotten into what these perfluoroalkyl substances do to other endocrine systems in the body. I'm just talking about breast cancer, because that's probably the most tragic and horrifying disease, because let me tell you something. When a woman gets something in her breast and it's a lump, it's a horrifying experience. And then when it starts growing, and then the solution is, chemo and mastectomy and radiation, and then prophylactic administration of these anti-cancer drugs for the rest of their lives, it's over, okay? And look at how many people in the music industry have died from breast cancer, from the sunglasses, from the electromagnetic frequencies on all these wireless microphones. And where do they keep them? Right here, right? They keep the microphone right in this area, right? And so, they have these micro. This is all preventable. And I'm coming to you in the name of Jesus Christ with the truth. And what's disgusting, folks, is, you go to these churches and these so-called pastors are talking 100 miles an hour in circles and never give you anything that is of any value that you haven't already heard 100 times. No relevant application of wisdom and discernment in the current world full of devils that we live in, right? And so here I am, laying it out, plain as day, right in your face. And by the way, I hear this from people. They tell me to leave Jesus out of this. If I leave Jesus out of this, we got nothing, folks. All right? All right, this is Joe Imbriano, your host, the Fullerton Informer, coming to you in the name of truth today, trying to save some lives out there. And, these dirty, filthy scum that make all these, the inventors of evil things, if you will, they've shown their hand again, folks, and it's up to us to expose it and to avoid the traps they set for us, okay? And once again, I'm sick of it. You should be too, and there's plenty we can do. All right. I'm sick of it, and so are you. And if you're not, you got something wrong with you. All right? There's your scream you asked for. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.